Okay. Vladimir Putin has caught the silver bug, or so it seems. We'll check out an article about that in today's show. Of course, we'll do the usual gold, silver, platinum price analysis, and who knows what else. Look, if you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below. It's the easiest way to go to your favorite part right away. But if you're watching live, you are one of the many and privileged that get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers. With me, Joe Main. You are going to get it all today. Of course, we'll do all our GMS shoutouts, etc. But in the first 1 minute of the show, we do what we dub here the Synchronised Slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage of your choice. I've got mine. What's in my cup? What's in my daddy cup right here? The new mug. The new right here. What's in it? You'll never know. It's water. Here we go. And we slurp it together synchronously. You must do it all together and do it audibly. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. How is everyone's Tuesday, October the 8th, 2024? Yes, it is now daylight savings here in Melbourne, so hopefully we've got our time sorted out. Did you catch it at the right time this time? Let's find out. Looks like we've got lots of people watching already. So let's do the shout outs. Look at that Russia thing, the Putin thing, gold, silver, platinum analysis, and then we get out of here because I know you've got stuff to do. And guess what? So do I as well. Let's do some shout outs. GMS, hi knackers, cold where I am. Is it? Cold where you are? Interesting. Where are you, Pete, again? Remind me. GMS says, Tony Peterson, you caught it this time. Now it's 8:30 your time, so you caught it. Good on you. Drive safe. Oh, CT's driving but listening. Okay, that's okay. Driving and listening is cool. I'm okay with that. Driving and holding it like this and like watching, not so much. Don't do that. Happy, what? Oh, happy birthday, Tony. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tony Peterson. Happy birthday to you. Synchronized slurp for Tony Peterson. Here we go. Special birthday synchronized slurp in 3, 2, 1. Oh, happy birthday, Tony. Fantastic. You wouldn't be a day over 33, I'm guessing. So congratulations. GM Pete, oh, thank you. Knackers O'Reilly, hey everyone, sitting in the morning sun, good. Enjoying a coffee, good. Hoping that everyone is well and behaving themselves. Yeah, you know, up and down, depends. Like and subscribe, yes please, Tony Peterson, that'll be lovely. The Don GMS, morning Joe, morning Jason. Alan G, I haven't seen you for a while. GMS, glad I can finally join one of these live shows again. Happy birthday, Tony. Yeah, happy birthday. Let's see. Excellent. And just the birthdays are just pouring through for Tony, as they should, because Tony is chat mum. And Red Heifer Warhorse, they hammered my shiny down. Red Heifer Warhorse, you're the one that changes their name all the time. So I never know who you are really. But I can tell you're the one who's changed their name. Great, fantastic, great to see so many of you here. 728 subscribers as of right now. Absolutely kicking goals. So hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. You may hear a little bit more about them in the show, if I remember, which I usually try to do. Of course, because they are my brand partners. And Chris King, Red Heifer Water said, yep, that guy, I thought so. And good evening, stackers. Good evening from, you're in the UK, if I remember. Chris, all right. Putin's a stacker. It looks like Putin has caught the silver bug. Let's check out a recent article. It's been floating around. I've seen a couple of people share it over the last few days. I've got to talk about it. It's very interesting. Russia is now adding, apparently, according to all sources, is now going to be adding silver as part of its reserves. It hasn't done it before. I think one of the first countries to do so in this modern era. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But we'll read this little article and then we'll talk about it a bit, and then we'll do gold, silver, platinum analysis and then get out of here, right? That's what we do. So let's share the screen and let me take you to that article. I don't want all those ads. Go away. Some of the one little problem with these kind of news site things is they're so full of ads that the system gets all bogged down with stuff. It's like it gets all like slow and stuff. So let's see how we go. But this is, check it out. This is from just a few days ago, October the 4th. Russia set to boost silver reserves. Oh, boost silver reserves. So not, and maybe add for the first time. Let's find out. Boost silver reserves in major precious metals strategy shift. Russia shifts its precious metals strategy, adding silver to state reserves, alongside gold, platinum, and palladium, potentially impacting global markets as central banks reconsider silver's value. It's starting, people. So that's good old Putin right there. Russia, let's read it all together. You may have read this already, but let's see what we can glean from it. Russia may be poised to make a notable shift in its precious metals strategy, with silver potentially emerging as a key asset in the country's expanding state fund. According to a report released by Interfax this week and cited by Bloomberg, Russia's draft, so it's a draft, federal budget outlines plans to significantly bolster its holdings in precious metals over the coming years. Well, that's good news for all the precious metals. Notably, the budget includes plans to acquire gold, platinum, palladium, and, oh, here we go, and for the first time, silver, adding silver potentially to their state reserves. Very interesting. The inclusion of silver in the state fund's acquisition strategy marks a departure from recent trends. While central banks around the globe, particularly Russia, have set records in gold purchases following international sanctions, silver has largely remained off the radar. Okay, so it sounds like it has been added to some countries' ones maybe, but largely remained off the radar. This latest development suggests that silver's role in Russia's financial strategy may be evolving. It certainly does. A new phase in precious metals acquisition. Russia's move comes as part of an ongoing response to economic sanctions. So a little bit of history that has isolated the country from the SWIFT banking system. Yes, sanctions. You've removed from the SWIFT system. Russia has then increasingly focused on diversifying its reserves with highly liquid assets like gold. Yep. However, the mention of silver in this latest budget is significant. Sounds like it is to me, as it is represented the first time. Okay, let's go back. As it's represented the first time any central bank has explicitly included silver in its purchasing plans during the current bull market for precious metals. Okay, so let's unpack that for a second. A lot to unpack there. As it represents, so the first time any central bank has explicitly, it depends what that means, included silver in its purchasing plans during the current bull market for precious metals. Okay, so maybe it's done it before in the past, probably has in previous, throughout hundreds and thousands of years, I'm sure. Well, of course it was, because it was a monetary metal. But first time explicitly, okay, in the current bull market. Well, someone's got to start, and it looks like Russia is starting the new trend, it seems to be. This is a little ex-post from whoever that is. It's official. Russian government starts buying palladium, platinum, and silver, besides gold. Down here, details about the volume of silver Russia plans to acquire remain scarce. While we don't yet know what percentage of the funds will be allocated to silver, the announcement itself signals a potential shift in the global perception of silver as a strategic asset. Could not agree more. If this is true, and I don't doubt it really, I mean, what would be the reasons why we would doubt it isn't true? If it's in the draft budget, it is a draft budget, but you do find that, I mean, budgets get changed, but that seems like a pretty significant shift. I don't see why that would then get amended later on down the track. We'll see, but I think this is probably going to be set in stone, I'd imagine. Could silver follow gold's path? This general development raises questions about whether central banks and governments are beginning to rethink silver's place in their reserves. Yup. Gold, once treated with a degree of skepticism by some governments, yes, including our own, Australia, thanks to, who was it at the time? The Treasurer. I always keep forgetting who the Treasurer, or was it just John Howard himself, who sold all of Australia's gold in the early 2000s or like late 90s, thanks, has become a safe haven asset. Gold has, yes, in times of economic uncertainty, yes. Could silver follow a similar trajectory? Looks like it could. Despite its shared precious metal status, silver has traditionally been viewed differently, blah, blah, blah. Industrial metal, large portion of global silver supply is consumed in manufacturing. Yes, we all know that, particularly in sectors like green energy, blah, 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 blah. This has historically influenced the way governments and financial institutions approach silver as a store of value. Yet, with increasing global interest in green technology, silver's dual role. It's a win-win scenario here, people. As I've said for years and years and years, and as I've said to thousands of customers over my time in working in the retail precious metals industry, silver is the biggest win-win scenario that I've ever seen in ever. That's just me. Personally, silver's dual role as both an industrial commodity and a potential financial asset could make it more attractive to governments seeking to hedge against economic volatility. The timing of Russia's potential silver purchase is also notable. Putin has recently signaled a potential crackdown on exports of critical minerals, right? Further highlighting the country's focus on controlling key resources. Additionally, and this is where Tony Peterson, the birthday girl, has been waiting for this bit. She's probably been like, when are they going to talk about BRICS? When are they talking about BRICS? Additionally, this news comes just ahead of the upcoming BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, meeting in October, that's the 22nd, I think it is, a forum where member nations have increasingly discussed alternative financial systems and assets outside of the traditional Western models. Tony, I think, believes, and many people believe, that the BRICS, after this meeting, and I think it's over the 22nd, 23rd of October, will actually come out and say, we're going to back our new BRICS currency with gold. So a lot of people think that gold could shoot up around about that time. I don't know. I remain on the fence to that. Things happen when they happen is my kind of opinion, but it could certainly do. While it remains to be seen if this While it remains to be seen if this announcement will lead to widespread silver accumulation by Russia or other nations, the move could be a signal of changing attitudes towards silver in global finance. It seems like this shift is definitely happening. There's a capital rotation happening. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll go back. We'll talk about it as the wrap up. Silver's potential market impact, we don't really know, but although the immediate effects on the silver market may be limited, the long-term implications of this announcement could be profound. Could be, yes. If it happens, it would be profound, I think. If Russia's decision to include silver in its reserve portfolio becomes a broader trend, and this is the thing, among governments, it could significantly impact demand and prices in the years ahead. Is Russia the canary in the coal mine as such? Is Russia the first one to do it? We'll talk about that if they are, is that significant? As we watch how this plays out, silver may yet prove to be a crucial element in blah, 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 joining gold as a blah, blah, blah. Whether this shift happens quickly or gradually remains to be seen. But here we go, the tagline, but the potential for silver to take on a larger role in the world's financial systems is now on the table. That is that article. What do you think, people? I'm sure you've already been posting your comments below. But here's what I think. Are we back in light? No, the good light now? Fair enough. Here's what I think. So, if it's true, it is potentially very big. I do agree with that. So, potentially a very big thing, and very big for silver if it does occur. Is it going to occur? We don't know exactly what's going to happen with the BRICS nations summit in October. Don't know. I'll be discussing that when that time comes around. But if it's true, it really could signal a great shift. We already know that, and it always seems to be, that a capital rotation, an asset rotation, is happening from stocks, real estate, etc., into precious metals, a new precious metals bull era. Rather than a bull market, which we've been in, the era hasn't even started yet. It's when every man and his dog is going, oh, why am I in stocks anymore? And as we did yesterday, when we looked at ratios like the S&P 500 to silver ratio, or the S&P to gold ratio, etc., when that starts going, above certain key levels, or going down depending on the way you're looking at it, then it signals it's a big signal to the wider whale community, big investor community, that capital rotation is the best way. Get out of stocks, get into precious metals. That will fuel the new bull era, or new bull run, new bull era. And this could be part of it. Okay, this could all be part of it, where Russia is the first to do it. Now, the only thing I think there is, because it's Russia, the only counter to this is that, at least in the beginning, what I would imagine is every single nation that's really anti-Russia, and you know who they are. Oh, it also depends on who's in power at the time too. So let's do a little bit of what if scenarios. If the left-leaning party in the US gets in, if they win in 2024 and they're in power in the next few years, and Russia comes out and says, silver, gold, this, you could easily see the mainstream media narrative in the United States, for example, because there would be very highly anti-Russia. There will be, why would you want to buy gold and silver and all that crazy stuff, right? However, I could see that as a potential little doorstop, something like that. I don't think anything could really stop the precious metals bull era. Nothing could really stop it, but that would be a little bit of a, okay. Maybe it just halts it for a little bit. But if the other guy, if the right-leaning people get into power in 2024, then they're not pro-Russia, but they're not anti-Russia. Okay, it's just working with the world. Okay, so I don't think you would see that much pushback in Russia with adding silver to the reserves and gold and the BRICS nations and all that kind of stuff. So that's my opinion on that. So I think if it's true, if it's happening, it's bullish for silver, in my humble, completely confirmation biased opinion, because I want it to be true, and so do you. So let's believe it. Why not? Let's get some. Yes, and India does have some massive reserves. Yes, we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's just get some comments on this, and then we'll do gold, silver, platinum analysis, and then we'll get out of here, people. Excuse me. Yep, birthday wishes for Tony. We did that. Let's see. Origin, what? uBlock. Oh, okay, for the ads and the uBlock Origin for your browser. Thanks for that. Let's talk about this thing here. Let's see. Get down to the things then. We're talking about Windows, only a matter of time. Here we go. So LNG says on this, only a matter of time before silver has its day, in my opinion. I do agree. Maybe not this year or even decade. Oh, I think decade. But fortune will eventually favor the patient accumulators. I do agree with that. Oh, sorry, this decade, or even decade. This year or this decade. So you mean in the next... Well, in the next 6 years, next 5, 6 years, or in the next decade, meaning the next 10-year block from this date. Oh, I think silver's really could have its time. It could happen in this decade too, quite possibly. But hey, if it doesn't, that's okay. What are you really doing it for? You're doing it for your family or for your friends or your whatever, doing it for the wider community as well. Yes, you want to have nice things and all that stuff, or at least maintain the purchasing power that you already have, okay? But hey, if it doesn't happen for me, if it doesn't happen for you in my general lifetime, I've got a bit of life to go, hopefully, then, hey, you pass it down to your kids, and that's generational wealth, isn't it? So I do agree. I have finally reached my silver stack goal. Good on you, Red Heifer. I started in 2008, 2009. Nice. I wish I'd started in 2008. That would have been lovely. I started in 2010. Here we go, says Tony. The BRICS unit will be the next world's reserve currency, in my opinion, says Tony. You know what? I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because that would be backed by gold and potentially now backed by silver. Could this be all? And Tony, you probably think so, but could this be... I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need that article anymore. It's slowing me down. Could this be the start of, quite potentially, the BRICS unit being backed by a basket of precious metals, of gold and silver? Can you imagine what that would do to the price of our favorite shiny? Let's see. Red Heifer says again, I think that's what they call the... we're talking about browser stuff here. Thanks. It was First Mint's last sale on their 5 ounce, 10 ounce and kilo bars that got me up to my goal. Right. with credit card rewards. Yes, you guys are lucky in the States. I think that's where you are in good old America. It ended up being what? 28 cents under spot with like the whole cashback program. Man, I wish we had cashback programs like that in Australia. Little 5-ounce poured bars that looked really nice. Nice. Now, Tony Pearson says India has massive silver reserves too. Yes, they do. No manipulation there, Joe. Other countries will eventually have to toe the BRICS line too, quite possibly. US ripe for complete financial system rework. Well, the US could be, and I hope it is. I try not to get too political on this thing. When I start, it's happening. When I start the private membership program, I'm going to be all matter of politically spicy. Everything I want in the private membership. That's coming real soon, including discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange. We'll talk about that in a second. But if old mate gets back in again, if 45 becomes 47, and his it's almost like a running mate now. If you saw the speech in Butler, Pennsylvania, Elon Musk joined, and full-throated, wholehearted, like all-in endorsement, and also might be going on to the cabinet as such, or in a position as basically a government reworker, a government system reworker. So you're right, the US is ripe for a complete financial system rework. It's also ripe for a complete just governmental system rework as well. Can you imagine Elon Musk going in like a CEO, like he did with Twitter, and just going, 80% of you are gone right now. It's the Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. We probably only need 20% of you. Let's get rid of 80% of the government waste and expenditure and all that. Can you imagine the cleanup? It would be epic. And I don't use epic a lot these days. Let's see. There you go. 45-47 is a clue. Yeah. AG47. AG47. I don't believe in the numerology kind of stuff, but AG47, anyone? Yeah. Yes, and I do agree. Prayers for those enduring hurricanes. Yes. And Florida Man will be yes, I haven't seen Mark Florida here today. I hope he's doing fine. LNG, cheers, Joe. My point is a lot of people bought around 2011 and are getting impatient. Yes, that's right. Their thesis is largely right, just needs to be patient. Yes, we were just a little bit too early, weren't we? But hey, this time between 2011 and now has been a good accumulation period, hasn't it? No way to avoid. Yes, yeah, yep, the dash. Talking about First Mint is the new outfit by First Majestic. Oh, okay, in Canada. They own mines in Mexico. Oh, my 50-ounce First Majestic bar mine in Mexico, refined by Asahi. Lovely. In old Brit Inglehart facility. Wow. Cool. All right, people. Let's do live gold, silver, platinum analysis, maybe gold to silver ratio. We'll see how we go. Oh, I do this every single time. Sorry, gang. I do this every single time, don't I? I do it every time. But of course, come on. I've got to tell you about Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my preferred physical bullion dealer, free shipping, Australia-wide when you buy in bulk. That's as much as I'll keep it to. The special for this week, which there is no video from them just yet, head over to their YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Perth Bullion Exchange. They have almost as many subscribers as me. I've been teaching them the skills of how to create consistently engaging content, like I did for Bullion Now, like I did, I've created all that stuff. So I'm helping them. I'm teaching them to fish, if that makes sense. Okay, so Perth Bullion Exchange doing great guns on their YouTube channel, so go check them out, give them a subscribe. But their special this week is the Canadian Maple, 2023 Canadian Maple for $1 off. Okay, so first off, it was a great price to begin with. Then they've knocked $1 off per coin, and also they've knocked off the discounts of the volume discounts as well. So it's not just there, you get an extra discount as well if you buy in bulk, right? And if you buy in bulk, buy 20 or more, instant free shipping as well. So get a weekly special discount, get the volume discount, and get free shipping. Why would you not buy from Perth Bullion Exchange? Why not? They have a weekly special that runs for the entire week, not just 24 hours like some other ones where they give you a piddly little discount. Oh, let's take 50 cents off per coin and we do it for 24 hours only. Was that a little dig? Was that a little dig? No. I don't dig on places that I previously worked for. But Perth Bullion Exchange are absolutely kicking goals here. Okay? Kicking goals. Discounts, bulk discounts, free shipping. Come on, man. Like, if you're in Australia and you've never purchased from Perth Bullion Exchange, I don't know why you're not, because it makes no sense to me. Okay? That's Perth Bullion Exchange. And of course, my other brand partner, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. This is where you can, and just bear in mind, their website is under maintenance right now. You can still log in, see your account details, see what you've got in there, how much gold you've got in there. You just can't do any buying and selling right now. It's coming back, I'd say, any day now. It should be very, very soon. This is an unallocated gold program with the extra benefits of you can redeem for physical later on down the track. They will be adding silver. They'll be adding platinum. Right now, you can only buy gold, but you're buying gold for spot plus 1%. No matter whether you buy a kilo's worth or $10 worth, it doesn't matter. Spot plus 1% to buy. And there's no storage fees because it's an unallocated gold program. Of course, it's held for you in your name. You do own the gold. It's held by one of the world's largest gold vaulting storage facilities. They are LBMA registered. All the other awesome stuff is coming, like a debit card, tap and save, and spend your gold with, like tapping your card or tapping your phone. This is a phone app, okay? Download it on Android or iPhone, or you can use the desktop app as well. It's absolutely fantastic. They're kicking goals already. A brand new company, Australian-based, Australian regulated, all that stuff as well. Just go to wealthstack.com, go all the way down to the bottom, click the frequently asked questions page, and just read more about who they are and what they do. And also, if you want to find out a little bit more from a personal perspective, I did an interview with David Ski, the CEO of Wealthstack, about a month ago, roughly, on the channel. So go check out my channel after you've watched this particular live show or the replay, and go find it. Just type in Wealthstack CEO or David Ski or something like that. It'll come up probably on the first page of YouTube, I'm sure, is the first thing. And that's it. Check it out. And we'll talk to David again soon, I reckon, and we'll probably get some other people possibly on as well. And that is wealthstack.com. Now, let's do live gold, silver, and platinum price analysis, and then we'll get out of here. Because, again, I've got stuff to do and you've got stuff to do. Let's take a look at... We'll take a look at gold. Gold on the... Where are we? Gold on the... weekly time frame. Okay, priced in USD, 2,644. What do we notice? I've got to show you something just very interesting. I don't know why it's doing this to me. This is the tradingview.com website. Weekly time frame. The other day... I was saying how, if you look on the daily time frame, now it's fixed it. You son of a gun. Okay, so what was happening is the daily time frame was showing that this price was above the mother of all trend lines. And I did mention this the other day, and then I went to the weekly and it was under. But there was a bit of a glitch. So the daily looks like it's now... No, see how it's flipping? This is wrong, okay? Ignore this. If I show you this on the daily, ignore this, because... this is not right. The mother of all trend lines was actually, if you do that, and now you can see the price is under. That is where the mother of all trend lines should be on the weekly. So, out of interest on the weekly time frame, as I did say in the recent Gold and Silver Stackers Australia Forum post from this morning, gold looks like it wants lower prices from here. Could be completely wrong. It could fake out from here and just to that kind of, that maximum kind of 2875, 3000 level, but it's looking like it wants lower from here. Okay, that's just my opinion. I have been talking about how gold has been from around about here. It's starting to get peaky. You've seen it, right? I've shown you here with the relative strength index right here on the weekly time frame. Okay, it's been in extremely overvalued. It looks like it's starting to peak over. Now, that doesn't mean it will. Even though it looks like it could certainly, ramp up and keep going. So there is room to move higher. That's why I just say from here it's looking peaky, because we're below the mother of all trend lines right here, which goes all the way back to 1980, right? It's the big overarching trend line, okay? We came up to it. We found resistance around here. I did say down in this area, and for quite a while I said, watch out for the mother of all trend lines to be a resistance point. It was obvious to anyone who, it's obvious, right? So it has found resistance so far. We're below it. I would hazard a guess and say, and if I look on the daily, now ignore this daily, ignore this. This should be under, okay? Ignore that. I don't know why it's doing it. But out of interest, look on the, look like a bit of head and shoulders, right? On the daily time frame, on the relative strength index, shoulder, head, we went into extremely overvalued already, and where it looks like we might be ticking over. That's why I think there's room to move down, okay? It is looking peaky. So the area that I had in was, I drew some circles on that little Gold Silver Stackers Australia forum post. Here, anywhere up to, 2,570, 2,580 probably now. You'd want to see it preferably come down to there and hold as support. This is what you would love to see if you want the price to go higher. You want to see something like that, bounce off and there. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Or no lower than here, please, brush. No lower than this, thanks. Whatever that is. No lower than there, thank you very much. Whatever, range, that would be great. Cool. No lower than 2,470 US dollars, please. That's the upper line in the sand, which I will remain there. You start closing below there, and then we're talking almost definitely. You close below 2,470, almost definitely. I would say probably 80%, 90% chance you'd be coming down to at least test the best buy zone of 2,250 to 2,150. I'm not saying it's happening, definitely, but if we do not hold 2,470, you would call that pretty much a lock. I could be wrong on that. That's why I'd keep it like at 80, 90%. But we're not there yet. We're just hovering around the mother of all trend lines. So cool, yeah, we could find a fake out here and then it keeps going back up. But really, does it really matter when you're dollar cost averaging? No, because you're buying every single paycheck once a month. Pick a period for you. Once a month. I buy it on the first day of every month. And it doesn't matter what the price is. If it's $5,000 an ounce or $1,000 an ounce, it doesn't matter because I'm in it for the long term and I'm just averaging my price over time. Now, the more regularly you buy, I guess the more you're sort of evening out the distribution, okay? So you might want to do every paycheck, every 2 weeks, every week if you get paid weekly, just put a little bit in, okay? And that's why, that's why if you're dollar cost averaging, and this is a tie back, okay? I will tie this back. And I'm actually going to give it, I'll do two plugs. I'll do 2 plugs for this, okay? That is why if you're dollar cost averaging and you do it, say, once every week, for example, or once every 2 weeks, but you really love gold, and so, but your paycheck, the amount that you're saving to dollar cost average every 2 weeks is just a tiny bit. Like, it's not a lot, and it's not enough to buy 1 ounce of gold, right? It's not maybe not even enough to buy 1/10 of an ounce of gold. However, maybe you have enough every 2 weeks to buy 1/10 of an ounce of gold, but those premiums can start to get pretty high. What happens if, for example, you're like, well, I want to save up and get a 1 ounce bar. I don't want to always have to buy 1/10 ounce gold bars or gold coins. This is where an unallocated program can really help you, okay? Because you can start to save and then later on redeem for physical down the track. To give you an example, if you were to go to Perth Bullion Exchange and type in unallocated, they have an unallocated program now, and Wealthstack do too, as you know. So both of the companies do. So to give you an example, you're like, I don't know what I want to buy, but I know I want precious metals. Okay, I know this is I know I'm tying this in and I apologize, but it really does make sense. Okay, you're like, I'm dollar cost averaging. I don't know what I want, but I know I want exposure to the metal. I want exposure to gold or I want exposure to silver. You go, yeah, but I don't want to buy a physical product yet, but I want to get the spot price. Okay, go to Perth Bullion Exchange and buy unallocated 1 ounce silver. And you're just buying it for spot price. That's literally, you buy it for spot price. So you've locked in the spot price portion of the metal that you want, and you haven't turned it into a physical product yet. Then you've got time. You can just build up your stack of unallocated, dollar cost averaging every couple of weeks. And let's just say you get enough, you've got, enough for a kilo bar or whatever it is. Then you redeem for physical on the website, buy a kilo bar from Perth Bullion Exchange, and then you just pay the difference between the spot price and the premium that you would normally pay for that physical bar that you want. Okay, so that's really good for DCAs, for dollar cost averagers. Okay, it's a great idea for unallocated, and you can do the same with Wealthstack as well, with the convenience of the phone app and everything. And again, they'll be adding silver, etc. too. So you can do it with both websites as well. It's a great idea to diversify your risk as well. Don't want to put all your eggs in the Wealthstack basket or the Perth Bullion Exchange basket. Don't. Split them between the two. Why wouldn't you? You're diversifying. That's not a bad idea. You're diversifying your risk around. Get it? Got it? Good. Why was I saying all that? Because does this matter? The price really matter? Whether it goes, shoots up from here or shoots down from here, you probably shouldn't be trying to time the market. But in my personal feeling, I think we're probably more likely coming down here rather than a fake out. Could be completely wrong. And if the BRICS summit, for example, comes out as Tony thinks it might, then hey, gold could just after the end of November roughly, gold could boop, 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 depending on the kind of news that comes out. But that remains to be seen. So for now, lower prices coming in my humble non-financial advice opinion on gold. That's gold. Let's take a look at silver. Silver is $31.60 US cents, again priced in USD, and tradingview.com website, blah, blah, blah. Weekly time frame. We are still above the final hurdle of 31 US dollars. Okay, so far so good. On the daily, daily could be ticking over. The daily could be ticking over. What I don't like about this is this little archy kind of pattern happening here. We did have a higher high, but it wasn't along the trajectory. Okay, it's not matching this kind of trajectory now. It's sort of curling over. Okay, that means, and if I was to check the volume, I bet the volume would be lower as well. So is the very, 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 very short-term steam running out? Okay. Just a little bit. So just watch out maybe for lower prices. I really don't want it to start closing days below 31 US dollars. No, thanks. And of course, definitely I don't want to see it close days in particular. Don't want to see it close days below $29.80 US cents. That's my new line in the sand right there. You start closing days or weeks, not spikes, but closes below there. Not good, then you'd probably be coming back down to at least the 28 level. And again, more times you test a level, the more likely it is to be taken out. So watch for that best buy zone of 28 to 26 US dollars. We ain't there yet, so don't stress. Just we're above 31, so that's cool. All right, but just watch out for those levels. That's all I'm saying. And watch out for the new subscribers. Watch out for 37 to 40 to be the kind of toppy end for 2024, in my opinion, with the key Fibonacci level of $38.50 US cents, which I think personally, because Fibonacci has been very good for us in the past with silver, I think you'll find a little bit of resistance there. Okay, that's me for silver. I know, really quick and simple. Hey, 4-hour time frame. Yeah, look, see, because of the 4-hour, out of interest, this would give me credence to think we are possibly heading down in silver too, because look, generally where gold goes, silver will follow. We went into extremely overbought on the 4-hour time frame in silver back here on the September, halfway through September, right? Now, this had been going down, but this had been going up, which I think that signifies the bearish divergence. I think that is the bearish divergence. When that's going down, I'd have to double check that. See, general uptrend, general downtrend. I think I double checked that. I'm pretty sure that's the bearish divergence. And that signal's probably got room to move down here, okay? On the 4-hour and on the hour time frame, yeah, you got room to move. So just watch out for that. Watch out for the next couple of days, okay? We might end up red this week for silver too, okay? Just keep an eye out on it, okay? Let's just stay above, preferably 29.80. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? This would be a great thing though. That'd be perfect, right? This is next best. Dun, 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 dun. Ha, sucked in, biatches. Haha, onwards and upwards, okay? Nike Just Do It tick right there, okay? That'd be great, wouldn't it? That would coincide with this, resistance level. You start doing this, and then you find resistance there. Nope. Bump, 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 bump. Probably, okay? Those are the biggest three scenarios. Cool, get it, got it, good. That is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum's about to get me depressed again. Lucy is doing it to me again with the football. Above the 2008 trend line, great. Found support here, great. We're testing this area, good to see, getting cautiously excited. We tested it once, failed move. Tested it twice, failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. We're at the bottom end of my cautiously excited area. So look, I'm just in whatever territory right now. If we get back down in here, I am depressed for platinum. We get back in here, that signals to me, oh, cool. And then we'll start talking about the best buy zone again. We're not there yet. Hey, let's just see. Let's just beautifully pump out of that, okay? Can we do that, please, for platinum? That would be wonderful. But we're at $974 US right now. That's really all I've got to say. I'm in whatever territory. I'll be depressed here, cautiously excited, getting excited or excited in this area, and we won't even talk about the final hurdle. I'm not even there right now. Can you see how this is how quickly I can go from whoa, platinum's just gonna do it to cool. It's my fickle mistress. But I own platinum. Maybe you do too. I will look at getting more if when it breaks down under a certain level or breaks above a certain level. We're not there yet. We'll talk about that at another day. That is platinum. Gold to silver ratio is cracking back up. Hopefully it is a short-term crack. We found support there. Gee, what do you know? We found support at that blue line, at the horizontal blue line. Bang on it. We found support right at basically the top end of this rectangular box right here, below here, so below the bottom end of that, confirms long-term silver dominance. It's looking good so far. We're not there yet. We're cracking back up a little bit. It means gold's taking over. This week it's doing a little bit better. It's outperforming silver. We need this to post, a lower high, and then down, 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 down she goes. That's all we want. We want this to crack over into here. So under here, while we're under this thick yellow trend line right here, while we're under here, silver's still good for the outperformingness nature in the long term, but we've really got to confirm it by breaking down here. That's it, okay? If the BRICS Nation thing happens, at the summit, and they say gold, 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 and they maybe don't mention a lot of silver, you could see this track right back up. So we've got to take everything with a grain of salt. Gold-silver ratio, that's it. All right, people. Final comments, final queries. I do not have time for a chart request, unfortunately. Not today, my good people. That light is looking a little bit better. You see what I did there? Yes, that's exactly right. Final comments. Lucy's Platinum Football is back. Oh, you changed it back to Lucy's Platinum Football. Yes, you did. Thank you. Yes, for Platinum. Let's see. Mark Florida is back. I want to read a little bit what Mark Florida had to say. Let's see. Mark Florida, late again, cannot stay every minute, but we'll check in as I can. Have to start an hour earlier. Oh, okay. Than before, of course. Let's see. Yeah, good old daylight savings is in. First mint. Yes, look at those nice thick Scottsdale stackers on the Perth Bullion Exchange homepage. Yeah, they're really nice. Gotta love those 5-ounce thick Kit Kat bars. They're really, really cool. Maples are gorgeous. Yeah, high purity, great security, mint shield to stop milk spotting. They are, I think, my favorite 1-ounce silver coin. They were my first silver coin purchase, and I still have them. 2010 Maples pre-mint shield. No, they're not. I don't have them. Hang on, are they here? No, they're not here. But the 2010s, and they are milk spotted like nobody's business. But again, that actually proves their authenticity because they're pre-mint shield technology. Again, I've said it before. If I was working at a bullion deal like I used to over 3 major bullion dealers, if someone walked in with a 2010 maple and it was let's say it was 2013 and onwards, and I saw it was in pristine condition, I'm testing that bad boy straight away because I'd be like, why hasn't that milk spotted yet? That's weird. Is that fake? Right? So milk spotting is kind of like an authenticity feature for the pre-mint shield maples. Cool. Got to hit the road, folks. See you later, Alan. As Hurricane Milton, oh no, ready to hit the US as well. Another one. It feels like a calm before the storm in silver too. I think we might be popping up again. I'd love to see a new all-time high. I've seen 47 USD spot. Yes. Let's see. Yes, watch out for the hurricane and then watch out for FEMA. Spicy chat. Yes, you'll get a lot of spicy chat in the private thing, which will, yes, it has. Yes, it has. Gee, has failed a lot of people recently, and isn't that interesting? Where have those hurricanes been generally happening? In what kind of counties, and what are their general voting patterns in those counties? Yeah, it would be very highly advantageous if a lot of people in those counties weren't able to vote on voting day. Let's see. Hard to dollar cost average into gold when it's moving up so high. You get forced into high. This is the thing. You get forced into higher premium fractionals, but you don't have to. Again, if you're happy to do unallocated gold programs, now I know you're in the States there, Red Heifer, but if there's unallocated gold programs where you can get in at, say spot price around about that, then you dollar cost averaging, then you're building up a stack, and then just pay the premium for a larger bar later on down the track. That's the power of unallocated programs. It's a great way. Okay, it's really good. It's not, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I get it, but you can redeem for physical eventually. Cool. Yes, that is true. Up to $750 for the FEMA relief. I'm seeing screenshots of the proof. 219. I was about to put my middle finger up. Let's see. Have to go, but all you folks in Australia will be shocked at the life and loss of decades of heritage in the Smokies. Rant off and see you. Will be listening. Oh, I'm so sorry. That really, really sucks. It is absolutely criminal. I do agree. 728 subscribers. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family, and please tap the like button for the algorithm. I love your work, Tony. Love it. Let's see. Gotta love the alt account names. Yes, absolutely. 171 pounds of silver. I don't think I've seen you on the channel before unless you've changed your name. Welcome to the GMS family. Everyone give a big shout out to 171 pounds. Unless I have seen you before, and my apologies. Patience this week is important. Yep. Let's see. Not to mention, okay. Not to jinx it, but Joe hasn't had a troll yet. Metal peeps don't roll like that. We did have one, you remember? We did have one. And I actually banned them. It was very early on. They were just being a little bit attitudey. Although I think they then came back onto the channel and apologized. So I think they might be a lurker. And that's okay, as long as they learned their lesson the first time. That's it. Yeah, cool. That's it, people. This has been Good Morning Stackers. My voice is still recovering from the weekend. Next, not this weekend, but next weekend, Sydney, October the 19th. I'll be singing with the U2 show Achtung Baby. Canberra on October the 20th, the Sunday, I'll be singing with the U2 show Achtung Baby. It's a combined U2 and NXS tribute show. It's fantastic. Just Google search it. It's really easy. You Google search it. I'm sure you can find it. And you can come and see me. I already had a private message from someone who said, hey, I bought a ticket to the Sydney show. So I'm going to have at least one GMS member at the Sydney show at the Wenty Leagues Club, Wenty Leagues RSL in the west Sydney. It's like around the Parramatta area right there. Coming to see the show. So that'd be good. So we'll have if more people turn up, we'll have a midnight GMS synchronized slurp of something a little bit more alcoholic, maybe. And Red Heifer says, I found you from Silver DGen Club some time ago, but after the ban, it seems. Oh, okay, there you go. Must have been pre my time. Yes, I think so. All right, people, let's get out of here. That's been Good Morning Stackers. And what do we have to do? We got to dance it out. Why wouldn't you? This has been
Good Morning Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine.
Oh, yeah.
Good Morning Stack. It's podcast time.
All right. Grab
a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now we're
in
on
3,
the move.
2, 1. Slurp it.
Good Morning Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine.
What a great day, everyone. Have some fun. Do your work. Stay safe. Stay informed. Keep stacking. And I'll see you tomorrow.